Hey guys, so I caught 3 days off this week because we get paid for the holiday, and I've been getting some stuff done around here. Today it's raining, so I figured it'd be a good day to start a fire. I'm burning up some more of the trees that I cut down from the garden area. I cut down a lot of trees. So anyway, today I decided I was going to show you all some of my old stuff. I like to collect old stuff. I thought that I had a lot more to show, but once I started listening, I realized I didn't have a whole lot of old stuff, but I got enough to show you guys. So I'm going to show you some of the old stuff that I collect and tell you a little bit about them. Come along for that. Here's some old wagon wheels that I have. And I actually used to do landscaping, like mowing yards and stuff like that. That's how I saved money to come out here. And these are actually in her yard, and she was moving, and she didn't have room for them, and she knew that I would take care of them. So eventually they will be on a gate at the end of the driveway down there, hopefully. This is my car. It's a 77 Camaro. It's in rough shape right now. She's getting a makeover. But pretty vintage. I've had it for almost 10 years. So this year's gonna be good for her. This is my truck. It's a 66 C10. And I've only had it for probably about 3 or 4 years, but I'll be keeping it for a very long time as well. This is my motorcycle, and it's actually not old. It's a 2001. I just made it look old, but this is old. And that's my seat that I need to fabricate. It's an old tractor seat, and I'm basically just going to put some springs under the rear so it bounces like this. This one's kind of cheating because it's not mine, but a neighbor let me borrow it. I don't know how old that is, but it's like a limb saw. I had to bring the light because it's a little dark outside, but this is an old saw that I got from my grandfather. This is an old spike that they would use to fall trees. They would cut the tree, and then they would take this and hammer it into the tree so that it would eventually fall the tree that way. Not super cool, but still very old. I'm gonna get back to cutting wood and burning. But I wanted to show you all the outside stuff while it was still daytime. I've got some more stuff that I'm gonna show you guys inside. So let me get to work, and then I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. Alright, so here we have, this is my grandfather's straight razor. I showed this in another video. It says something in Turner, Fort Worth, Texas. I actually was going to take this somewhere and have them help me get it sharpened and everything, and I was going to try to use it, but someone gave me some wise advice to just leave it like grandfather left it, and so that's what I'm going to do. It says Westerbros, Germany, and it has an anchor on it with a star and an arrow. The arrow kind of goes through the middle of the star, and the star is directly in the middle of the anchor on the stem on the way up. I don't know if this one really counts, but I do collect US coinage. I only collect these for their silver value. The half dollars were silver up until 1970. Quarters and dimes were silver until 1964, so that's why I collect them. I do have a couple of coins that I keep around just like as pieces to look at. This is a 1958 quarter that I have that's actually in really good shape, and then I like to teach people about the progression of the dime. There's 3 dimes from 1900 till now, and it's the barber dime, the Mercury dime and the Roosevelt dime, which is the Roosevelt dime is what we use today. The Mercury dime is my favorite coin that doesn't have an Indian on it. So I like to teach people about that. But most of this will just be collected, and then once it hits a certain amount, it gets stuffed into a hidey hole. So I guess it's something else that I collect that's old. This is my true obsession. Y'all have to cut me a break because this book's not as full as what it should be. I got a lot of coins that are just stuffed away in bags, and a lot of coins that aren't quite good enough quality to make the book, and some coins I just can't afford. But I will show you guys a couple of coins in here. 1909 was the year that the Lincoln penny was made, and Victor David Brenner was the artist, and he scribed his name on the rear of the coin, and it was pretty prominent on the bottom, and the public actually got upset about it. Some were just upset that he was taking credit, and some were upset about how big the letters were. They made one without a mint mark, and they made one with the San Francisco mint mark. This one's a pretty costly coin and hard to get a hold of. They also had to reprint the coin because people were upset, so they have one without the VDB on the back, and they have one from the San Francisco mint mark. This is also a pretty expensive coin. I'll probably never own either one of these unless I get really lucky one day. Most of these coins I found in pocket change. I used to have a guy that worked at a coin shop, and he would just get bags and bags of them, and he would sell them to me for just a little over cost. So I used to go through them that way. There's one more coin I want to show you here. These are the coins from 1943. During the war, they needed the copper for bullets, so they started making the pennies out of steel. They're not really very expensive or anything. They're just kind of cool because of the history of it. If you do find a 1943 that's printed on copper, or a 1944 that's printed on steel, that'll bring you a lot of money. But I actually collect Lincoln pennies all the way up until 2009. First off, that's how long my book goes, but also I wasn't exactly happy with the 2010 penny when they made changes to it. But in 2009, they did a kind of a memorial to Lincoln and did a story of his life on the back of the coin. So if you guys have never seen that, it's pretty cool. Anyway, I'll shut up about that now. But that's my true obsession. This is my latest antique that I got. It took me a little while to figure out what it was. It says Rocky Mountain Spring Water, home delivery since 1912. I don't know how old it actually is. I found a lot of them online, but I couldn't find a year. Basically, the bottom has a hole in it, and there's these little golden studs. If you knew what this was before I tell you, leave it in the comments below. But on the top, it comes off here. There's just a little lid. I think this is pretty original. But anyway, what you would do is you would put your paper cups down in there, and they would come out the bottom. And then you could just pull out the bottom, and the little studs would hold it in place. So it's pretty cool. It was bought for me as a gift. I love it to death. Some of you guys know I'm a cigarette smoker. I actually roll my own cigarettes. I have for about a little over a year now. I don't smoke this kind of tobacco, but this is just an old tobacco tin that I found. I bought myself this for Christmas this year. It still has the original parchment paper in it. It says pipe and cigarette tobacco, net weight 1.5 ounces. Velvet, America's smoothest smoke, made from the best sun-ripened Kentucky burley tobacco. aged to mellow perfection in nature's slow but sure way. Burns cool and sweet in pipe or cigarette. I just roll my own cigarettes and stuff them in there. This is from about 1950s. This is another cigarette tin that I have. It's Lucky Strike Flat 50s. This cigarette tin is a lot bigger. It actually came with 25 by 25 cigarettes, so it holds 50 cigarettes. It says, these Lucky Strike cigarettes will commend themselves to your critical approval. The additional toasting process adds to the character and improves the taste of the fine tobaccos. The American Tobacco Company, Incorporated. There's a stamp on here from the purchase date. You can't really see, but it says June 1932. So this cigarette pack was bought June of 1932. Unfortunately, it's too big to carry in my pocket, so I just kind of leave it as a counter piece because I don't have enough stuff piled on my counter, you know. Alright, only one more, hang in there. My Christmas tree holder. It's actually an old wine barrel. I never actually got what it said. I think it says Hawthorne. It says number like NO dot and 3. So I guess Hawthorne number 3. I've been refusing to take my Christmas tree down because the night light is kind of nice. But for the sake of the video, I'll at least move it to the floor. This was also given to me by the lady who gave me the wagon wheels. I helped her move and stuff, and she just gave it to me. So the lid here, there's a sight glass in the top, and the seal around the outside is cork. This is wood, the cork is the seal. On the top of it, there's a little locking mechanism. And it sits down in there, and you can see here on the sides it's got these flip handles. So what you do is you just flip the handle down and you move the lock mechanism one way, and then you set the other handle down, and then you set it back in the middle. It's going to have, those arms are going to be blocking both lips, and it seals like that. So I leave it flipped up because that way I can put stuff on it. But I think that's one of the cooler of the things that I have. The bottom unfortunately does not have anything. I can't keep anything inside of it technically. Hey guys, thanks for watching me talk about all my old junk. If you made it this far, comment what was your favorite thing that I showed in this video. I'm sure that I have more stuff, I just couldn't find it or think about what it could be. Anyways, also if you collect old stuff, or if you have some hand-me-down stuff from your family, comment below what is your favorite thing that you have. That would be pretty cool. Anyways, thanks again for watching. Hey puppy. Hey. Good night, guys.